We welcome to the program. Very excited to have on Patricia Trainer. Hello, Patricia.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. So we have you on about 20 days before the start of training camp. And before we get into what I'll say, a lot of things are the obvious. One of the recent articles, I was surprised and not surprised to see Shane Bowen ranked as the 27th defensive coordinator in the NFL. I didn't think the Giants were stellar, far from awful. I was surprised to see him ranked that low. What do you think? Besides, obviously, he's got some new toys, Adebo, Holland, Carter. What do you think he needs to do to really improve this unit from last season?
Well, he's got to optimize what he has. We could sit here and we could say, well, he didn't really have the same personnel that he had in Tennessee when his defenses were so good. But that's kind of what your job is, to figure it out and get the most out of what you had. Now, some of it was related to injuries. You can't lose a Dexter Lawrence, you can't lose a Bobby Okereke and expect to, have your unit perform at a high level. You can't have Deontay Banks decide to play one week and not decide to play the next week. So there were some issues beyond Bowen's control, but he's got a lot more talent. I always say that this past off season he got a lot of love from General Manager Joe Shane, who, if you remember in the episode of Hard Knocks, they were sitting at the combine, and Joe Shane basically said to him, "Well, I'll get you Brian Burns, but that's all you're going to get." And it
Right.
turned out that it wasn't enough. So this year he gave him a lot more. He gave him help on all three units across the board from front to back. Shane Bowen has got to optimize and get the most out of that talent.
Absolutely. And I think, too, like they say, usually when a head coach is in trouble, before he gets fired, he'll make a coordinator change. So you look at Shane Bowen, I think Jerome Henderson kind of took the fall last year, if you will, right, for Banks. So he's really out of chances, so to speak, and it's really on him. Like you said, I thought I thought they had a very, very good offseason. I'm very optimistic about what they did on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, you look at, what he has coming off the edge, up the middle, like you said, front to back. I was just, were you surprised at the ranking? I was surprised he was ranked that low.